Wow. Can't believe that was already more than a month ago. Doing my commentary on this last ride that I did in San Jose. I'm in Korea right now. I've been in Korea for the past 3 weeks. Still waiting for school to start. But I miss my little bike. I was just talking to family today, and my dad's been riding Raphael, and he's selling his bike. His bike is a 600. My bike was a 300. And he sees the advantages. My sister was telling me that he's really enjoying it. And, for good measure. I mean, it's a great little bike. I miss it. So this was Mount Hamilton. So I promised myself that I would make this drive. After the last time I went up, I had crashed. Or I should say I tipped over. I didn't crash anything. I just misjudged a really, really tight turn and switched gears at the wrong time. Just some basic maneuvers that I totally forgot, and tipped over. So it was one that it didn't deter me, but it also made me a little more cautious going up. So still a fun ride. I mean, every ride I've had in San Jose and Silicon Valley, Santa Cruz Mountains, even going up to San Francisco. I mean, it's just there's something about that area that, I don't know, maybe I'll find myself going back a third time after my international travels, if I decide I really want to go back home. So this was mid-July. I think that was my last ride, mainly because the week after I had gone to Atlanta for a week, and then the week after that I moved back home, and then a few days after that I moved overseas. So decided not to take my motorcycle just because of cost, as well as just never know. I don't know. Again, I'm a newbie when it comes to international travel, especially international living. And Asia is a mystery to me. So here's the ride. Lots of beautiful curves and just feeling that indescribable force that it just reminds you why driving a motorcycle is so much different than driving in a car. Now, maybe it's got the same effect as driving a really low-lying car, like a low-to-the-ground car, but there's something about being able to lean in with your vehicle. Even a bicycle doesn't quite give you the same effect. It doesn't go as fast. So I think this is the part I was approaching it. No, not quite yet. I knew I saw a cyclist coming up this way. But notice, I mean, this was Quimby Road. Oh, actually, here it is. So there's the cyclist. This was the curve that I ate dust on. And what do you think? I was still kind of scared. I did cross the median ever so slightly, but luckily it wasn't anything noticeable. I mean, even if another car was coming, I think it would have avoided me, unless it was trying to cut corners. This is the aft part going downhill from this point onto the road that I'm familiar with, which was Mount Hamilton Road. I don't know where to rank this. Let's see, I've done, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 rides in Silicon Valley, Santa Cruz Mountains, and this one still kind of ranks up top with me. Route 84 for me was also pretty good. But this one is the one where I could feel my heart kind of stopping a bits here and there, and my body tensing up just a bit. I just, fear of falling on any vehicle, any bike, whatever. It's not a fun feeling, even though it's, for me, I go so slow anyway that I have no reason to break anything on my body, at least. But my bike is still new. As of right now, it's only really 9 months old. It's only been 9 months since I've had that bike. Well, not my bike anymore. I miss, in retrospect now, a month later, having not ridden since the beginning of August, I miss the throttle, I miss, the clicking of the gears, I miss, putting my helmet on, putting my gear on, just always, putting my backpack on. It's just something so small in detail. There's something I miss about that, wanting that routine and now getting rid of it again. It's like an intense love affair that you hate the fact that you let it go, but the hope is that you can return to it at some point. So I'm itching for a motorcycle out here in South Korea, because I've seen there's been people telling me that I shouldn't, because they have the experience of having a bike and realizing that it's not worth it. 6 months out of the year, I'm probably not going to be able to ride, whereas I got spoiled rotten, in California. Didn't matter where I lived. Rain only came, probably 1 week out of the entire year. And it was only really cold in the winter, which is not really cold in California. This was Lick Observatory. Again, one of my favorite spots. Just if I rode my bicycle, which I haven't been able to do yet, I'm still kind of feeling out how my knees are. My knees have deteriorated range motion wise over the past few years. So that's the reason why I've kind of switched off to a motorcycle. The view can't be beat, and you're going that fast. I mean, a bicycle, yes, has some very satisfying and fulfilling elements, but that's a long ride from my house. I mean, it was already a long ride on my motorcycle. It was an hour at least. But you can't deny the views either way, whatever kind of mode of transportation you happen to be in. So that's why I miss my motorcycle a lot. I was told not to get a motorcycle here, or at least to kind of defer from it. Selling it would be difficult. Buying it would be expensive, which is why I wanted. I've been entertaining bringing it out here, but again, I'm just starting. But I saw 5 bikes the other day after 2 coworkers told me that it's really not worth it. I'm like, I need something similar to it, even if it means renting it. I just need to get on 2 wheels. I'm still waiting for my bicycle to get here. I'm still waiting for some stuff to get here that was still shipped out from the States. Especially, we had a typhoon 3 days ago, and obviously it delays things. Safety first. But I don't know. I guess I'm hoping to come back to this soon. Whether I actually have a bike on my own, or if I rent a bike. Definitely have some adventures to take on in other countries in the coming months. But San Jose is always going to have a little piece of me. Always. It's where I learned how to ride, and I hope to bring myself back. I kind of do.